Hello and happy Saturday. Thanks for joining me, guys. It is day 96. Welcome to the replay. 96 days out of our 100-day card challenge, and we are working on Christmas cards in July. So I've got something I want to show you. Ooh, hold on. I'm not. There we go. Okay, so I want to show y'all how to take something that has nothing to do with Christmas and make it into a Christmas card. Come on. I am not getting share to a group. I'm sorry. I am not getting the things pop up that I need to pop up. Share to the group. Okay, I think we're good to go. And Jessica, hey Jessica, thanks for coming in. So, I have this stamp set that's got different kinds of brush strokes and just doodles and like for making random backgrounds or highlighting text or whatever else you might want to use it for. I'm going to use this particular stamp though to make a red and green background, and then we'll just put a little Christmassy sentiment and icon to dress it up and make it Christmas and be done. That's gonna be the super easy part. What is also great about it is this can also be used. Let's say you're making a birthday card, or you want to do a get well card, or whatever kind of card you want to make. This technique will still work for it, and you just change up the colors. Hey, Mom. Hello, Mary. So let me show you what else I've got. So I've got this brushstroke stamp from this. And then I had this Stampin' Thin Cuts that has the numbers 1 through 31, a couple of icons. But it's got this little bow that I want. And it also has, where's the other thin cut that I want from it? Okay. And it also has this little circle doily that I want as well to cut. So let me pull that out. And then out of this other Berry Christmas Stampin' Thin Cuts, I just pulled out the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year stamp to use from there. So don't be afraid to mix and match your stamps. Find inspiration wherever you can, when you look through your stash. So I have a card, a white card base, 5.5 by 4 1/4, of course. And then I have just this cardstock, this colored cardstock background, 4 by 5 1/4. And then still one more white cardstock at 5 by 3 3/4. And this is the part we're going to stamp on. So let me move this stuff to the side. I also have a piece of red cardstock to cut this part out of, to cut the little circle doily thingy out of there. And then I'm hoping that one of my little circles will fit in there, so that I can stamp my sentiment and put the bow. I hope that all those layers will work. Since I'm using different products from different stamp sets and everything, I don't know how well they'll coordinate together, but we're gonna try it out. So move that to the side. And I pulled out Ruby, New England Ivy, and the black. The black is gonna be for the sentiment and the bow. And what I want to do is stamp the red, red, a green, a red, a green, a red, a green, all the way across the paper, just to make it, give it some Christmas colors. But I do need something underneath. since I'm going to be stamping off the edges, I don't want to stamp on my mat and then have it be all messy. So what is going on here? Okay. So I can really just start anywhere. I'm going to start with the red and just kind of eyeballing it and marking it from one edge. Oh, that's going to be dark. It's going to be too dark. Let me get a candy apple. Candy apple is a nice red as well, which means we're gonna have to turn our card over. Okay. So let's just stamp that. Awesome, way better. And then stamp it off, and then we'll do the green. Yes, that's what I want. And I'm just going to stamp it across the card. No big deal. I'm losing y'all. And so you can space these out, or you can do them closer. I also thought that I might even try the other one that's a little bit shorter, and maybe do it like at the top and then do this one wider, and then keep on going wider and wider to make like a tree design. But I don't know. We'll have to try that out later. In fact, we can try it out after this card. That's not a problem. So I want to then cut this out of the red. Not as matchy as normal, we normally have, but I'm okay. Oh no! Oh. Y'all, I dropped my cuddle bug earlier. Oh, there it goes. It's now all snapped it back into place. I really thought I broke it. I was so sad. See, we'll just place that there with our sentiment and a little bow. I need some white to put in here. Let me see. How big is that opening? I got about 1 5/8, so maybe 1.5 circle. Oh gosh, I don't know if our sentiment will fit in a 1.5 circle. That looks too small. See, but here's this 2-inch circle, and so we know that's way too big. Okay, so then we do the white embossing route, because white embossing always shows up nice and pretty. Hey Valerie, hi Charlie. Hello Emmett. Oh, Emmett. What are you doing? Hey Charlie, I am making a Christmas card. And so I'm just showing all the steps and elements that I'm using to make it. So you're definitely welcome to watch and see what you think. I've had people ask me, you go through all that trouble to make a card? And I say to that, yes, I do. It is a little bit of work, but it's kind of relaxing. You get to create something, and most people appreciate something that's handmade. Even if they don't keep it forever and ever, it's a card. You don't have to keep it forever and ever. Okay, there's my embossing powder. And now we'll heat that up. If I can find my tweezers. There we go. Hello, Danielle. So just melting that powder. That's a very nice, crisp and clean sentiment. But now I'm kind of concerned how I should do my bow, because I wanted the bow to be cut out and then kind of sit over it. So I'm guessing I should do it in a green. Bows are usually green. I could have gone the other way. I guess this color will work. So let's give it the same treatment. Let's do some embossing on that as well, since we've already got it out. Hi, Martha. Glad you can make it. I know it's a little bit later for you, and you probably need to get the baby. Oh, she's not so baby, but I know you got to get a kid down. Maybe it's Saturday night, right? Let's emboss that. Okay, so now we've got to cut this little bow out with our thin cut that I have now misplaced. Where can this thin cut be? I'm just moving some things around so I can hopefully find it. I've got this right here, right here. Okay, so we're just gonna cut this out. Use a little washi to hold over it. And into the Cuttlebug. Hello, Miss Finley. Okay. So here's our bow. All nice and pretty. That actually is very pretty. And it can go right here to coordinate onto our card. Clean my workspace just a little bit. and we can start gluing down. If you saw my post earlier in the group, I have a ton of cards, and I want to make a card carrying case out of some cardstock so I can put cards in and give those away on our 100th day. So I hope y'all will stay tuned for that. Another little thing that I think I want to do but wouldn't make sense, so we won't do it. And I, that way I hope I could give away, a few sets of cards on that last day. But it's not the last day. I'm really thinking I might need to keep on doing something. We're already home. It's not like we're going anywhere. So, bang. So might as well, right? Might as well keep on. But I do want to do some scrapbooking layouts. I do want to complete some of our our cut above kits. I think though that that little thing I want to do, I still need to do. So I'm just going to take a black pen. Let me make sure this works. And I'm just going to give it a hand-drawn line around the edge. You don't have to do that. That might just be something you want to skip. That's okay. I keep seeing this one lady do it, and I love the way it looks. It just feels like an added little detail. And so I want to do it too. Now I'm gonna just glue that flat since our circle is already popped up. And bing, bing, let's see. I don't think my red gems are gonna match because then we're gonna have 3 different reds going on. So I might need to add a little something green. Or I could maybe add a white dot since we did use white embossing. Uh-oh. If you go shopping on my online store and you see these black and white dots, I haven't looked for them recently. If you see them, be sure to pick them up because they are good for all sorts of embellishments. Just to add a little something, a little more dimension to it. A little different texture as well. And I'm going to call that card done. So, super easy and cute. But I really like using a stamp that, has nothing to do with Christmas. Just to give a different background and turn it into a Christmas stamp. Now, remember I said I want to try to do a Christmas tree using the other stamp that's on here as well. So I say let's try it because we have nothing to lose. We've got plenty of time. This is my Saturday night entertainment. This is my everyday entertainment, guys. Okay. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll cut I'll cut a background, and then let me cut this cardstock at 375 by 5, correct? Okay, and then maybe this time we want green, a green background to go with our tree. So we'll do that at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, let's see what we can build. Oh, and this one, this card will be vertical. So let's see what happens here. Thinking we can kind of start with this at the top, and then this feels like it kind of should be just wide enough, and then we can, you know, go out further if we need to. So something to consider. Let's try it out. Not black, green. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Joelle. Okay, so if it doesn't work, we trash it, right? Or we save it for something else. Okay, there's that green. And then we'll kind of clear that. And then you know what? We'll turn it and make the stem. And we can even go over it and kind of darken that, give it some layers. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that right there. We're going to put that bow up at the top and get ourselves a tree topper. I think that is going to work. We can still emboss the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We're trying things. Oh, let me dry this quickly because the ink might still be wet enough to hold. It might hold the powder, and then we'll have ruined that. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. Set this again, just make sure it's nice and juicy. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Where's my powder? See, I'm kind of feeling like the powder's stuck in some of these areas where it might be wet. So I'm just going to try to rub those off. Let me see. That is brush. Kind of just might get in too close there, but blow that off and see what happens. Not as crisp and clean as we needed it. So, let's see. The best way that we can clean that up then is to put a strip, right? Let me see what I've got here. That strip will work perfect. So we'll do that. Gotta just try different things until you find what works. I'm putting it just a little bit to the side so I do have some space to do a little dovetail. Awesome. Hello, Prissy and Christy. Yes, much cleaner, much cleaner. Scissors. I've got like 20 pair of scissors, and each time I have to keep looking for a new one. So that's gonna be perfect. I always cut up the middle as far as I want the dovetail to go, and then I cut from each side inwards. Oops. So that I can get it as middle of the cardstock as possible. And this just has a little thread that doesn't want to cut off. There we go. So now we can put that there, and it covers our tree just perfectly. But we do need to get our bow as well. So we're gonna emboss it like we did on the other card, because I think it came out really cute. And that white embossing just pops on these colors. I know you hear me like turn it on and it's not even in camera, it's off to the side, but I'm letting it warm up before I put it onto the cardstock. Just so that I don't burn it too much. And we need the thin cut. I'll just run it through off camera, super duper quick. All these pieces. With that right up at the top, I think that'll look just perfect. You can totally tell that's a tree. Do I need a little bit more of a green spot here? Let's see what's on the stamp pad that we might be able to do that with. And we will stamp it sideways. Give it that little bit of a topper. And now we'll have that. Okay, that works. That is working. Let's put our pieces together and move some of this out of the way. I'm gonna have powder all over the place, but that's okay. So let's do our black line before we add on our red pieces. So another great card for kids to make, right? Because it doesn't have to be perfect. It definitely has some character to it. Stick that in the middle. And then I'm going to put it all the way just up to the white edge though. And a little bit behind here as well. You know what? If I cut it off the fat piece. I can do that. And really get in there with what I want. So now if you wanted to add on dots for ornaments, you could, and we could probably do that with some of the gems. Yeah, that red is not the red we want. So many reds, so many reds. But let's just do some randomly. Ah, that one went under my nail. Will work. It'll work. It'll work. Let me dust this off. We'll attach that to our card base. And we might be good. I think we're good. I think that was fun and a good way to, definitely a different way to use that stamp. They're just like swishes, paintbrush swishes. But I like them. It's different, that's for sure. And definitely gives you, you know, lots of ways you can work with the colors. You can change out the colors. You can definitely vary them some more. Add whatever gems or anything else that you want to add for the tree decoration. If you don't have any patterned paper, I mean, all we used was the colored cardstock on the back and then these little pieces. So definitely a good way to use up any small ends that you have. So that's it. I really like them. I hope you all do too. Thanks for coming, guys. Hey, Melissa. Thanks for coming. We were at day 96. So just a few more days of Christmas cards to go. Hope y'all have a good evening and y'all stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.